morning, it's Brian Johnson, and I'm at the grocery store, and you're right, that's a potato behind me. And today we're going to talk about living and dying by the potato. And what you need to know is that not all foods are created equal, specifically potatoes. So let's talk about the white potato for a second, which is the one behind me. So this is the one that's used in French fries, it's used with peanut oil, it's used with canola oil. Now here's the deal. The white potato is just like eating sugar, which means when you eat it, it's going to turn to energy immediately, and it has an effect on what type of hormones are secreted in your system. It secretes insulin, which helps to support fat, which also secretes cortisol, which is what increases your stress level. So there's a massive difference between the glycemic index, which is how fast a sugar or a food breaks down into your system, and the glycemic load, which is what type of hormonal response that food has in your system. So there would be a massive difference if you're eating French fries right now. No judgment, I love them from time to time too, but if you were actually just to switch them over to the sweet potato, which is an amazingly much different potato, it digests completely slower. It has a protein very similar to egg protein, which is the most user-friendly protein on the planet. So it actually also has high amounts of beta carotene, which is great for our eyes and our lungs, which is extremely important. If you were to take this and fry it in coconut oil, you would have an amazingly different, healthy product. Or a French fry, which is a very easy fix. And instead of using just some of the table salts that you'll find at restaurants, if you were to get some Himalayan sea salt or some Celtic sea salt, you would actually have some very potent electrolyte replenishers and some very potent thyroid enhancers, which is extremely important. So here's your coconut oil. Remember, we did a video on this last time, extra virgin, which means it still tastes like coconut oil, which is my favorite, and it is extremely antiviral. It's used in antibacterial, antiviral situations like people with AIDS and things of that nature, and it also is extremely fat burning. So it's an MCT, which means it burns like a carbohydrate. And I can tell you that I feel great when I have this stuff. It's great for people with neurological disorders, so you pull them off of the carbohydrates and the sugars that affects their brain, and your body will use the coconut oil just like a carbohydrate because of how it digests. If you have IBS or irritable bowel syndrome and you have diarrhea, get some coconut shavings, the shavings, put them in a pan, put some of this in there to saute them, and it will help your diarrhea almost instantaneously. So hopefully this information was something that served you. And remember, not that these are bad, but if you're trying to drop body fat, you're diabetic, these are your friends. If you're doing bodybuilding shows and competitions and figure athletes and you are a high endurance athlete and things like that, then white potatoes, there's times when you can definitely use that would be beneficial. For the most part, I would highly suggest using these on a pretty regular basis. So hopefully this information was something that you can use today. And remember, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Have an awesome day.